And the bangs got crazier. Welcome to the Once Upon a Corgi Podcast. We are a Crafty Puppy podcast coming to you from Southern Connecticut. I am your host, Gabby, and you can find me everywhere online as Gabagills and all my hand-dyed yarn at Once Upon a Corgi. Show notes for this episode and most other episodes can be found in our Ravelry group, the Once Upon a Corgi Podcast, under the Groups tab on Ravelry. Thank you to everybody who has been continuing to watch, and hello and welcome to all new viewers for checking us out. Thank you for checking us out. Words are hard. This is episode 61. I've been failing to mention what episodes we are on, so we're gonna try and do that from now on. We have a couple of announcement things to get into before we get into the crafting section of the podcast, and my show notes are on the other side over here. First off, we have a new member to the Once Upon a Corgi family. This is Barnaby. I got her on Amazon. She is just a regular non-adjustable mannequin that I got for sweaters / draping fabrics because I do want a nice sewing mannequin eventually, but it's just not really in the budget at the moment. But she can be used for the shop, so that sort of helped out. She is showcasing a finished object and a work in progress, so we will get to those later. Other not shop news. I guess it's shop stuff, right? It's podcasty, shoppy things. We have a couple shows coming up in April, which is next month. Today is March 29th, 2018. April 28th is the Connecticut Sheep and Wool, and Once Upon a Corgi will be vending there again this year, and I'm very excited to go back. And then April 29th, the Avon Yarn Store Knit and Pearls is hosting a May / spring luncheon, and we will be there as well. Our last announcement is a coupon code. My dear friend Sam has released her first shawl pattern, which is the Ridgedale shawl. I will put links and names and everything in the show notes. She has offered us a coupon code for the podcast, which is Fluffy Butts, and that will get you 40% off your pattern until April 6th. So here is the shawl, and this is out of, she did not design it in my yarn. A friend of ours knit this for her as a test knit. So this is the shawl, and the colors are Libraries Volume 1 and La Dame Death. There we go. I love it so much. I do plan on knitting one, you know, when I have free time. It's a very easy to wear crescent shape, and as far as I can tell, it's been a very quick knit for everybody. I really enjoy it. So this is our friend Karen's, who knit it in my yarn so I can use it as a shop sample when vending season comes up, but it is not technically for me. Unfortunately, I have to give it back, but I'm so excited for her. She's got a lot of stuff in the works, and she just started designing, so keep an eye on her. She also did the winter brew hat that I knit out of Bone on My Bone. Same person. I'm not going to be able to get this back on Barnaby. So that sort of leads us into finished objects. And the first one is this one, even though I technically didn't knit it. I just wanted to show you because it's beautiful. Second one, I also technically didn't knit. This is just a section of like things I didn't make, but they're really beautiful, so I need to show you. This is a shop sample a friend of mine knit for me out of my hand-dyed yarn because I'm realizing that I don't have a billion hours in the day. So she graciously offered to knit me an exploration station. Look at it. So the colors we chose are L'Empire de l'Amour, which is the Catacombs colorway, Blood Moon, Palace of My Dreams, and the green is Narnia. So this is on the Isaac base, which is 100% Polworth, and it just has this beautiful drape to it. It's killing me. Dying. And she said it was like, I don't know, I mean, I feel like I'm the only person in the world who hasn't knit an exploration station, but she said it was such a surprisingly quick knit for being such a large shawl. So I cannot say thank you enough. This is gorgeous and I want to live in it. And I just love the way everything plays together in it. I'm gonna, not show you and just talk about it. Corgi finished object number 2, but once again, I did not make it. Oops. We have 2 more finished objects. We've not been on a finishing spree, but it looks like it because of everybody else. And that is the assistant to the regional manager socks. I'm not going to show you them because Jake has been wearing them all week, so they're a little bit grimy. We have to wash them, and we did not have time before recording today. So just know I finished them, and I will be posting pictures of them eventually. The last thing is we refinished the Zion sweater. So here it is. I matched it with my tulip sew over London skirt. What I did was I re-blocked it, so I just scrunched I didn't stretch the lace out when I laid it out, and I redid the collar. So it is a crochet collar, and I just picked up way less stitches around, and I used a much smaller hook. I don't know what hook I used, but it was tiny. So it has helped a little bit. The lace bust line's still a little bit weird, but it's not so bad anymore. I'm just going to pair it with more nude colored bras and kind of call it a day, or maybe with like spaghetti strap, wear it over a spaghetti strap dress or something. So it's not unwearable. It's not as I pictured it, but I do love it. It is super comfy. Everything else fits great with it, so it's back in rotation. And that is, the top is Woolen Vine Yarns in the Fig Bash colorway, and the bottom is Two Guys Yarn Company? Yeah, Two Guys Yarn Company in Guacamole. Unfinished object we totally forgot about, so we're gonna insert this real quick. So our last finished object is something we actually did knit, and we also designed, and that is our rules socks. I have 2 of them. They're not fitting the sock blocker right now because I had to wear them to take photos for the pattern, but we designed a pair of socks. So they are inspired by the Rules restaurant in London, where we went to last year for St. Patrick's Day. It's very like Edwardian, Victorian, gaudy, floral carpets and frames everywhere, so that's what inspired it. It is a lace sock. It's knit cuff down. 64 stitches is the only stitch count because math is hard. And it's got this cheeky little lace panel down the back. We did a heel flap and gusset with decreases along the bottom of the foot to help like pull it into your arches. So far so good. And my usual star toe. So it is out to testers. They are just finishing it up. There is a project page on Ravelry, and it will be released April 6th. And I'm so excited. It's my first sock pattern. I designed it using my handmade yarns on the iron base, which is a tweed base, in the colorway Let's Just Run Away. So I'm hoping to get more of this base in very soon. They are currently out of stock, but we do have a couple skeins up in the shop at the moment. So once it's released, I will be hosting a cal for it. But I think it's a very good like beginner to intermediate lace pattern. It is charted and written. So kind of whatever preference you would like for socks, it is there. I'm super excited. They've been in the works for a very long time, and I'm really excited to see them forming out in the world. So there we go. Ta-da! So excited. All right, this is officially the sweater podcast episode because all my whips are sweaters right now because I have a problem. SA, Sweaters Anonymous. I guess we're gonna go in order of doneness. So as you can see, we have our Zweig sweater, which is a Caitlin Hunter pattern, and I'm knitting this out of my hand-dyed yarn on the Marie Cutie base, which is a Corriedale nylon blend in Oswald for Mayor and La Dame Death. And we have a sleeve! She shows it off way better than I would. We have not picked up for the second sleeve yet, but we are chugging along. I did stop the body like 5 inches shorter than what the pattern calls for, but it hits me just at my hips somehow, because I think this is just, I don't have a bust per se, so whatever was supposed to go out just goes straight down, so it just adds a little bit extra length, which kind of worked out perfectly, so there we go. I did these sleeves exactly to the pattern and double checked, and no ends have been woven in yet, but I will be picking up the sleeves for this probably tomorrow and just giving myself a break to admire it, because I love how these colors are playing together and how it is knitting up. I did alternate skeins for the body because it is hand-dyed yarn, and there's not, I don't think there's pooling per se, but there's definitely like this section's way more green than like here, but it doesn't really bother me. I think that's just how it's gonna be, and I'm not that mad. It doesn't really even show up on camera, so perfect. And I'm knitting those on size 5 Knit Pro Zings, which I am absolutely in love with. Our second sweater was my birthday cast on, because my birthday was this month. It's a little bit of a mess to show you right now because I'm on the sleeves, but this is the Buds and Branches pullover by Carrie Bostic Hodge. I'm gonna try and show you this without making this look crazy. And we'll do this way. Here we are! So it is a top-down yoked pullover covered in dog hair or cat hair with color work for the yoke. And I am currently on the sleeves. So I have not connected. I'm doing the sleeves 2 at a time to make sure they are the same length and that I have enough yarn. And the yarn I am using is Blacker Yarn's Brushwork, which is their 12th birthday anniversary yarn, which is so lofty and squishy. I even did a gauge swatch. I can't reach it. Look out. And it blooms beautifully when you block it. So I am so excited for this to be a nice summer sweater, I guess. It's been 50s for 2 days in a row, so I'm thinking third winter has passed and we're entering mud season in New England. And we are just chugging along. We are in the sleeve decreases, so this is going by faster than I thought it would, because I don't do 2 at a time anything because it just takes forever, but I'd rather do the sleeves 2 at a time and make sure I have enough yarn to make sure they're the same length than end up having one sleeve being weirdly shorter than the other because I can't count. So we have 1.5 billion yarn balls attached to this at the moment. So here is this, and I bought this when I sort of made the conclusion we're not doing Edinburgh this year, so we did not go to EYF, but everyone was talking about the Blacker Knit Along and I wanted to participate and just sort of had like a lapse of judgment in order to sweaters quantity. And I got the so it's a mixture of, I want to say, like 2 different wools. I think I went over this when they came in, but it's 80% wool, 20% alpaca, and I got the Scumble colorway. I don't know if that's in focus, probably not. And the Impasto colorway, which is for the color work. And I still have a good chunk of this left, so I might make fingerless mitts out of it. I know Becky's got a new pattern of fingerless mitts, and I think I might have enough just to do like, just enough. We'll see, I have to weigh it. Or I might just put more color work in like the cuffs in the bottom of the sweater just to give this a good home. So we are chugging along on that. It's been pretty good car knitting because it is quite mindless at this point, and knit group knitting because I have to pay attention every 10 rows, so not bad. It doesn't have you do this, I just apparently am crazy, so I'm so excited for it. It was a perfect amount of like beginner color work too, because it's just the 2, 1 chart at a time. Super easy. Loved it. And I'm knitting this on, oh no, maybe this is on 6. I think these are on 6, US 6 knit prosings, and then this sweater is 5 knit prosings. I think that's right. Okay. Last sweater, I promise. This I cast on last night because a friend of mine, and I decided to do a knit along for this sweater, and this is the Michelada sweater. It's from Pom Pom magazine, spring 2013, I believe. And oops, I've just cast it on, and here we are. Oops, ta-da! So the yarn for this is, let me grab the tag, Leadingman Fiber Arts Gothic Queen in the Showstopper base, which is a 75/25 merino nylon. And I got this at Stitches Midwest a couple of years ago. Oh my god, that was like 3 years ago. So I got 2 skeins of it, and I'm hoping that's enough. I am going to start doing some Ravelry searches. I think I'm gonna weigh it once I get to the sleeves, like where you attach the sleeves, and then do some Ravelry searches to see if anyone has any of this, because the pattern technically calls for 3, but I've seen people get away with 2 skeins. We'll see, don't know. But it's just this beautiful deep mauve. It's not totally, it's showing up, yeah, that's pretty close. It's just this beautiful mauve color. And I cast on last night. I don't know where to put this. I'm not alternating skeins. I did sort of twist them together. You couldn't really tell which one was which, so I'm hoping one skein does one half and one skein does the other half, so if it's, you know, a little off, it's not terribly noticeable unless you're looking at the seams. I apologize for my hair constantly. And there it is. This is what I did last night. I'm hoping to do like one pattern repeat a night and just have that be like my wind down knitting kind of thing. But it is interesting. It's knit bottom up and it's seamed, so I think that'll make for really good like relaxing knitting kind of thing. Just do like a couple rows back and forth, call it a day. And I am using my Addy lace US size 3s at the moment, and I also have my Knit Pro Zings US 8s, which are the other one that you exchange through, but they're at the bottom of the bag. I also have Jake's sweater on the needle still, but I haven't worked on it in a long time. After this gets done, I think I'm gonna really put it in a rotation and work on it like every Thursday or something. Have that be my treat after I do shop updates. So that has been what I've been working on in the past couple of weeks. And it's also been a lot of work, just work stuff, so I haven't really had a lot of time to knit, and then every time I do get the time, I just need to like lay down for a little bit. It was, I did most of these last week because earlier this week I got a yarn shipment in and like half threw my back out trying to get it up the stairs. So we were just like a useless blob of mashed potatoes for a couple days. It was awful. It was totally my fault, but you know, whatever. Yarn, it's heavy. So that is it for crafting. I did a little bit of sewing on my birthday, but nothing I can really show you. It's really just like making muslins of patterns to see which fits I like and that sort of thing. So that's it for whips, but we have a little bit of dream knitting. Curious Handmade, the lovely Helen Stewart, is doing a mystery knit along inspired by Impressionists, and I do love some Impressionist art. So I've been playing with some color bits, and I think I'm gonna try and knit it because I clearly have time, as you can see. I've been playing with colors all week, and I think this is going to be it. So this is my hand-dyed yarn on my Oliver base, which is a 100% superwash merino single ply. And we are going to do Mauve-tone, Insufferably Damp, and Apple Rose Gold. I'm so excited to get these guys going. I believe it starts March 31st, so I'm gonna try and finish as much as I can on like bits and bobs of other projects so that I'm not totally abandoning them. Ugh. I'm so excited for this. And if you guys are interested in me putting together some kits for it, I don't think I can get them ready for the release date. But if you're interested in pairings like this in kits, just let me know and I would be more than happy to do it. So I think that's it for working things. Yeah, I'm just really excited. I don't think my shawl mojo's back. I just think my shawl mojo for this shawl is there. And it's a shop sample, so it doesn't count against me, right? Those are the rules. Okay, shop updatey section again, maher. So we're not having a shop update this week because it is all, hold on, I'm being blown out. This week is all wholesale orders and custom orders, so we will not be having a shop update this week, but I will show you what we have put into the shop last week. I am so sorry. I really need to just get my bangs cut. What went into the shop last week and Monday after the pop-up. So there's tons in the shop. So if there's any colorway that you don't see and you would like to see in the future, let me know and I will be sure to get it into a rotation. We have dyed up sweater quantities of Oswald for Mayor, and these are across Penny, Ginger, Oliver, and Isaac. So Oswald for Mayor. And we brought back Apple Rose Gold, which is this beautiful warm tonal with light speckles. We did another batch of Blood Moon. And because we dyed this around the time that we were at Harry Potter Studios, this is my home. So tons of those are in the shop, along with plenty of others. We're gonna do a shop update next week, and then we're starting to get ready for Connecticut Sheep and Wool, and Connecticut Sheep and Wool will have shawl kits and sock kits, and I think that will be at our cutoff for the Aran weight base. It's Cecil 100% Superwash BFL. We just got a bunch of that in, so we're gonna do one last big hoorah before spring hits, and we're gonna have tons of the non-superwash Polworth and Silk Isaac DK base in, so we're starting to prep that. And yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, if there's any certain base or colorway that you want to see in the shop, just let me know and I will be sure to put that into rotation. That is it for the crafting bit. The rest of this is life stuff, so if you are not here for that, thank you so much for watching. And if you are, let us continue. It's been a super busy couple of weeks, as you might have noticed, because we did miss a couple weeks in March. One of those was my birthday vacation that I took for myself from podcasting, and then the other one was just strictly I ran out of time and did not want to rush it. So there we go. But it's been a lot of like pre-wedding planning stuff, and I'm not going to get totally into it, but once again, I feel like we're running, like sprinting on one of those moving sidewalks in the airport, and then someone hits the emergency stop button. That's what it feels like. So I'm sure once we get things moving, this is going to feel like that fun magical thing that it's supposed to feel like, but right now, that's what it feels like. Repeatedly. This is still the very early stages of everything. I'm assuming this happens to everybody. Whatever. It was my birthday a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, which was lovely. I turned my phone off for the day, I locked it up, and I just sewed all day, and it was lovely, wonderful. I didn't talk to anybody but the dogs. It was perfect. It was the perfect day. I have nothing to show for it because it was just all mock-ups and like tracing patterns out, but I got some sewing done. Oh, and I sewed, a friend of mine gave me these Santa, like stuffed Santa things that she asked me if I could sew for her, which that was the most productive thing. You don't need to see those. They're just Santas. I did get the Gertie books that I showed you last time for my birthday. So the ones that I had are my friends, and now I have my own. So I'm just covered in Gertie books, which is just amazing. I have so many plans for those. I can't wait to dig into them. What else did we do? Oh, we did another pop-up with Rebecca from Fuse Fiber Studios the Friday before Stitches, which was a lot of fun. It was just a very chill knit night, we like set it all up by patterns, so we would have like patterns on the wall so you could see your requirements, and then whatever colors that we put with that sample we put underneath it. So that was a lot of fun. I do like doing the pop-ups with her, and I hope this continues as a thing every so often. That was also Stitches weekend, which I did not go to. It just sort of, we were supposed to go on the Sunday, and after the pop-up and socializing with people then, and then spending all day Saturday from like 9 to 6 out dress shopping / analyzing, and then at like 6:30 we went bowling, which I with a couple friends, and then turned into like a whole bunch of people, and then there was so much socializing. So Sunday I just decided to be a hermit because I just could not. I just like woke up dreading talking to people. So I did not go to Stitches, but Mom and Adrian went, and they said it was really nice, about the same as last year. I don't think I missed too much, minus like Outlander Sheeple, but Outlander Sheeple will be back. I will not miss them. I don't need more project bags, so that's fine. And that's really been the past couple of weeks. Jake and I have been really just every day that he's had off, we've been out visiting like 2 or 3 venues a day. So that's been exhausting, and my brain is a little bit fried. I'm hoping this next his next couple days off, we can just be home and not have to do anything. That's the plan. Maybe go food shopping. That'd be good. And that's really been life. We are getting ready for Connecticut Sheep and Wool. We are considering redoing the booth setup. I have the grid walls, so I'm debating if I want to get more grid walls or do shelves or what. We're gonna play around for Connecticut Sheep and Wool. I do have some more like better table structure to get more yarn shown better that way. So just kind of, I'm excited to like kind of really get like a set booth so that I'm not rearranging it every time I'm bending stuff. Mostly Connecticut Sheep and Wool is going to be my trial run for SSK, which we have booked our hotel, we have booked our rental car, and I'm so excited. We just had to figure out all the state paperwork stuff, which is not just boring. That's boring. No one wants to talk about that. I'm just so excited. It's gonna come up quick. It's gonna come up way faster than I thought it would. So I just can't wait. And I think that's it. I think we went over everything. The puppies are sleeping under the bed today. I don't know why they're so tired. They didn't do anything yesterday either. Iron didn't even bring a tennis ball to show you guys. He's just so sleepy. Are you so sleepy? So I'm going to end this here, and we will see you next week. Thank you again for watching and supporting the shop.